Hey, what's up everybody? This is Casey the Rockstarflipper, and today I am going to do a video on something I get a lot of requests on pretty much daily, so I want to knock this out all at one time for you guys. I've done a similar video on this topic, but not as clearly and not as completely as I'm going to do the video tonight on it. So what are we talking about? If you didn't read the title, it's shipping. I get asked every day, multiple times a day, what are the best ways to ship? What are the cheapest ways to ship? How do you ship? How do you pack? I could go on and on and on and on with the questions, but basically I want to cover all that. I want to answer all those questions, and I want you guys to have one video, one place to come if you ever have any questions about shipping and about payments for shipping. So this is going to cover domestic shipping for the US. For anybody that's out of the country or overseas, I am not familiar with your country's shipping, your costs or your rates, or how eBay or Amazon charges you, so I wouldn't be able to make a video on that. This is for everybody here in America, where I am, that ships using either eBay or Amazon. So we're going to cover the USPS shipping, and I'll do a little bit of UPS and FedEx. You shouldn't really be using UPS and FedEx unless it's a special circumstance, at least if you want to have the cheapest rate shipping. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to start with the cheapest option, and then I'm going to move up to the more expensive and the options that you probably won't use quite as much. So with that being said, all of the items that I sell are typically first class, and what first class means is your item weighs 15 ounces or less, meaning if the item goes to 1 pound, it cannot go first class. And first class is charged on a per ounce basis. So 1 to 3 ounces total. And this is packaging, packing material, and the item, everything weighed together. 1 to 3 ounces is $2.45. And then everything above 3 ounces up to 8 ounces. So 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 ounces cost $2.60. And then once you go over 8 ounces, I believe every ounce increase, like a 9 ounce one, it goes up like 15 cents or 20 cents. Somebody might be able to help me out on that, but it goes up by an incremental amount per ounce till you hit 15 ounces. And then once you hit 16 ounces, you have to go priority. You can no longer go first class. So basically, when you're mailing an item first class, and excuse me for looking away, let's say I'm shipping this video game. This video game with my envelope, it weighs about 4 to 5 ounces. So I would put that in, I'd weigh it, I'd pack it, and I'd print my label out. Well, first class has got to be in your own packaging, your own envelope. It can be a box, it can be any kind of packaging that you want, as long as it is plain. You cannot use the priority boxes or the boxes provided by the USPS unless you buy a plain brown or plain manila or white or whatever you want. It's got to be like that. This is a first class package, ready to go. Envelope package, whatever you want to call it. This works. Let's say that my item fit in a box similar to this. Stick it in there. Let's say it came to 9 ounces. It's still first class. Out the door. Stick the label on. This is first class as well. It's plain. This is just the label that's on it. So that's first class shipping. And a majority of items fall into that first class category. So what happens when your item goes over 1 pound? Well, that's when we get into priority shipping via the USPS. So priority has 2 options, and you've probably heard one of them, and the other option you know about. The first option is flat rate. And what does flat rate mean? Well, the USPS provides boxes. They provide 3 right off the top that are flat rates. They're small, medium, and large. 3 different sizes, 3 different prices. Now the small one is literally big enough that it may hold a video game. And it does. If the video game weighed more than 1 pound, it would go in here, small flat rate. This is $5.90, $6 for a small flat rate. It doesn't matter what you put in here and how much it weighs, it's $6. This could be a 50-pound video game, $6. If it fits in the box, it's shipped. The medium is like 11 or 12, and the large is like $16, $17. So those are your 3 prices for your items over 1 pound, flat rate. The other option is by weight. And by weight, I mean, again, you use your own packaging, but instead of the item being first class, under 16 ounces, it's, say, a 5-pound video game. So why would we want to use our own packaging by weight versus flat rate? Well, the flat rate price, we already know, is either $6, $12, or $17, $18, whatever those three prices are, small, medium, and large. Well, sometimes by weight, let's say the item is 2 pounds, just barely over first class. We can't go first class, we have to go priority. Well, let's say it fits in a medium flat, so it's going to cost us $12 to mail medium flat rate. Well, by weight, it may only cost $8. So the obvious cheaper answer would be priority by weight. So you want to check, you want to remember the small, medium, and large, 6, 12, and 18, or whatever it is, and you want to always type in the weight, priority mail by weight. And that's an option on eBay and Amazon. If you guys have never seen it, that's an option. And I will show you guys, I'll actually show you a perfect example of this right now. Okay guys, this is a perfect example. So I sold a purse and it's 2 pounds with packaging. So this option here is the top one at eBay, priority mail, package thick envelope. That's ours. That's what we're on right now. And then we're gonna change the weight. Well, it's at 2 pounds. This package only costs $6.40 to ship priority 2 pounds. It won't fit in a small. It's only going to fit in a medium flat. It's too big for the small. So when you change it to medium, you can see it's $11.60. It's way cheaper to mail this by weight. And this person lives in Tennessee, so halfway across the country. Even if they lived in California, I imagine it would probably only get to $8 or $9. The location matters. But you can see in this case, this instance, the weight is cheaper to mail by weight than it is padded. Now let's say, or by flat rate. Now let's say this purse weighed, I don't know, let's just say it weighed 12 pounds. So we're going to go ahead and calculate by 12 pounds. It's still only $9.92 by weight. This purse, you know, basically that flat rate only makes sense if you have a really heavy item. Let's put it in as 25 pounds and see what happens, because we're getting closer. So we're going to calculate that and save it. So now $23 to mail it as a 25 pound. So if that was a really heavy item, a purse that fit in medium flat rate, it would then become more sensible to mail it flat rate for $11.60 than by weight for $23.35. And that's how you determine what is cheaper. You plug in your weight, you get your price by weight, and then you compare it to the flat rate that it would fit in. And that's as simple as it is, guys. That's how flat rate versus weight priority mail from the USPS works. Alright, so I hope that explained the flat rate versus the paid by weight USPS Options priority. Now, the one thing you have to remember in priority is the USPS provides these flat rate boxes for free. For free. But you can only use these boxes if you're going flat rate. If you're going by weight, you're paying by priority by weight, you have to use your own packaging. The same as you would first class, you have to use for your own packaging. The other option that the USPS offers is also $6, and it's the same as a small flat rate, but this one is called a priority mail padded flat rate envelope. It's $6, same price as the small. So if you can't get it in the small, but you can get it in here, this is much cheaper than a medium flat, and it's a padded envelope. Not as much protection, but I use this a lot. So, for example, jeans. Jeans weigh like 1.5 pounds. They won't go in a small flat rate for $5.90. They won't go first class, but I'm not going to mail them by weight or medium flat rate. You know, by weight they're like $7, and a medium flat they're $11. But if I could cram them in this thing and they won't get damaged, I can get it for $5.90 on jeans. So that's one thing you can really watch for. So those are the options from the USPS. That's priority by weight, priority flat rate, and first class. Also padded flat rate, which is the same as the small flat rate price, $6. There's also one other option called a regional box, and that's cheaper. That's kind of an in-between first class, in-between priority flat rate. So if you're going somewhere not too far out of the area, sometimes that's a good option. Say you got like a 5-pound box, it's going one state over. and priority by weight's like 10 bucks and flat rate's 11 or 12, you might be able to send it regionally for 9 and save yourself a couple dollars. So it's always good to look at the other options that you have. eBay puts all those options there for a reason. You can check them out. Now, with that being said, eBay also offers a drop down to FedEx. Now, what I do with FedEx is if priority and flat rate by weight are kind of close in price, I'll look at FedEx. Just sometimes they're cheaper, especially for heavier items. I find that FedEx gives you a better option. Right there on eBay, that same section right here, let me show you guys, where's it at? Right here, you can do a drop down to FedEx and we can find out if the USPS is a better option. So that particular package at 25 pounds, remember, was $23 by weight on the USPS. It's only $20 on FedEx. If it didn't fit in the flat rate box and it had to go by weight, your flat rate would be better. Or your FedEx option would be better here because it's cheaper than USPS. So sometimes you have to look at all the options to figure out what the cheapest is going to be. I literally look at all of them. I've memorized a lot of them in the weights, so I know now, you know, which ones are probably my best option, but hopefully that helps with you guys clearing it up and getting all the shipping options better for you guys. So with that being said, I use, and I'm going to show you, I use these padded envelopes, which are $500 for $90 is what I'm paying right now. $500 for $90. I don't even know what that math is. It's just recently changed. I used to pay $98. But let's find out. Let me pull out my calculator here. I should be embarrassed. I should know what this is. $90 divided by 500 envelopes. It's 18 cents each. It's almost 20 cents. So 18 cents an envelope is what I'm paying for these. In bulk, 500 at a time. I usually buy 1,000. He doesn't give me a deal on 1,000. But you can get these in multiples of sizes. The ones I use are number 2s. And I think these are like 12.5 by 10 or something. They fit video games and iPods and everything really well. And then if I do wrap up an iPod, just bubble wrap it and stick it in there, never get broken. Video games, I don't even bubble wrap. I just stick them in the paddeds, they're fine. They don't get crushed. I think I've had one out of several thousand ever have an issue. So that's how I do that. The clothing I put in poly mailers, which are just the real thin poly mailers. I don't have any in front. Oh yeah, actually I do. Let me show you guys one of these. That's a poly mailer right there. And I'll shove a shirt or a piece of clothing in there and that will mail first class because it's fine. Just stick the label on it, you're all set. So that's how we do pretty much all of our shipping all day. You should probably make sure you have a scale. I know a lot of people asked about our scale. We have several of these. They're 50-pound scales. This particular model is an Accutech, if you guys can see that. Accutech, and the model number on it is like W8250-50BS. I will link it in the description below, but if you guys can screenshot that. But there it is. So just a couple of scales, just really easy. Put them on the table, you're all set. We use these U-line tape guns. They're the best. I've told you guys about that before. Refill it with tape. We get our tape right off eBay. The bulk shippers on eBay will help you with that. And then we stick thank you cards in every package. Whoop! Thank you. Please leave 5-star feedback. We appreciate it. If you have any problems, please don't hesitate to message us before you leave any negative feedback. And that's why we have 99.9% positive. We only have one negative in 12 months. And that's it out of thousands of transactions. Thousands. So I hope that this video helped you guys with your shipping. I hope it helped you learn which ways are best and how to package and ship everything. I'm sorry that I had to waste a day, and I don't call anything a waste, but I had to spend a day putting this video together for a lot of you that know everything there is to know about shipping. Feel free to add anything that you want to add down in the comments, and I'll put it in, you know, I'll approve them and make sure that other people can learn from your comments. As always, if you haven't already, I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting videos out every single day. There are occasionally some days where I'll be out doing things, but I will try to make up for it if I can't get one up. Thanks for all the support, guys. I appreciate all the positive questions, comments, likes, and shares you guys have been giving me. I see everybody following us on social media. I really, really appreciate that, because I'm going to start having my girls post on social media 3, 4, 5 times a day. Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter page. So we're going to really work on those to get good quality pictures and content up on those for you guys as well. Thanks as always. Have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and I will see you guys again tomorrow.